Welcome, welcome, everybody. I am Sarah. I am the community manager for Lord of the Rings Adventure card game. Today is November 3rd. It is November, folks, which means we're just heading into the holiday season, which always makes me sad. I'm not a holiday person. I'm totally Grinch about these things. Hey, Dark Forester X, welcome. So today I have decided that I will play through adventure mode. So full heads up, full aware for people that are joining that may not want a preview of it. Watch the VOD later. Like, I'm not one to say get out of here to people for my streams, but if you don't want spoilers, because I am going to attempt some of the rewards, which there are spoiler rewards that I don't want to reveal unfairly without due diligence of saying spoiler alert. So be aware. No real major announcements. There was a little quick hot fix today. Just some things that they're shoring up to get that console pushed out. So let's get to it. Some things to talk about, actually, about adventure mode. Just kind of seeing some feedback and going through it. And overall, adventure mode's a lot of fun. It's kind of a new departure from some of the things that we've seen in the game before. Obviously by design. One of the things that it's about is kind of an exploration of new mechanics, right? We're seeing card drafting, something that we don't get in any other mode. We're seeing attachment consistency, or what's the word I'm looking for? Words are hard sometimes, but we're seeing persistent. That's the word I'm looking for. Persistent attachments as we progress through the adventure. So just kind of a playground for new mechanics, sort of throwing things in there, seeing what works, working with it, building on it. It's a starting point. It's a jumping off point. It also kind of serves sort of as an onboarding for new players. I know a lot of our veterans have wanted something a little more substantive. Eventually, guys, this is just kind of a nice way, a nice segue from being a brand new player coming off tutorial. What do I do? Because let's be honest, like the deck building thing, totally intimidating. Hence why I've spent quite a few streams talking about deck building. Well, let's be fair, I may talk about it again. Who knows? So it's a really, ideally, a nice way for new players to kind of segue into various channels and aspects of the game. So the idea behind them as well was to focus on very specific stories from the book and kind of have naturally a more linear format to how the game is played. And thus they're designed pretty much for a few playthroughs. I mean, a lot of people are saying, I don't know that I'll play it again. It's not really designed for grind, per se. It's kind of a really nice sort of segue into the rest of the game. So enjoy the story, enjoy the kind of new mechanics of it, and then it kind of gives you a really nice bite to sort of dive into other things. Look at it as Antihero put it, sweets. You know, the sweet treat, not a full meal, but a little sweet treat as part of the game. And if the right story comes along, if they figured it out, there could be multiplayer implications for adventure mode. So, just some things to think about for people that have played it or have not played it, just depending. But just some little tidbits. So my plan today is obviously to play through adventure mode. And what I want to do, just because it is a kind of a longer story to get through, I will let the stories roll just in case people do want to see this and kind of look at it, take a first glance and don't care about spoilers. I'm going to play it like I've never played it before, which it will appear that I haven't, but I remind people I have an alt account. I have played it. I've gotten the rewards before. So that'll be kind of my focus, is just sort of playing it through like I'm a new player. So having the story go through, which means I am going to do it on standard, and for a couple reasons, because I want to go through some of the quest rewards. boy, quest rewards. It doesn't roll off the tongue very well for me. And because there's been a lot of questions about how people have done it, there's kind of a trickier one. So obviously these couple is just completing the adventure mode. There is hold the East Bank. That's one of the locations that you'll be at, and you need to kind of survive 4 rounds. That one's kind of a tricky one and giving some people the fits, if you will. Has done it for me too, frankly. So I'm going to marshal based on me trying to get to this spot and succeeding. And then there's also the last reward where Theodred must fall in the to the last, which is another aspect to the quest. Carrying the warrior sword, which is something I will talk about, which may require a restart, and I'll explain that in a minute. Quest awards, right? Quest rewards. Like, they just doesn't, there's something, quest awards. I don't know. It's also, we all know sometimes I have issues talking. Hey, Travis, welcome from Facebook. Thank you for the compliments. I am a particular fan of everything that is going, all of the changes. I'm really excited. Sounds like a lot of people are equally as excited in most cases. So, let's get started here. And, obviously I don't have to pick a deck because we draft it. So, Twit says you don't need to restart at the location, by the way. Simply back out to the main menu. If you see it, return to your deck. Cool. Well, let's try that. So what we're talking, well, I'll kind of let things play and then I'll start talking again. Like I said, some of you have read this. Quiet, Sarah. People are reading. Sorry. I'm being told there's no sound from the game. I'm trying to fix that.
Soon to arrive from Edoras with an additional 4 companies of riders. If these orc cannot be stopped, they will cross the Eisen and lay waste to all of Rohan.
So let's see. Let me just... Can people hear the sound now? Sound. It's like my nemesis. I'm blaming it on Sauron. Cool. I'm getting game sound now. Sorry. I had it turned way down because I talk a lot. So, marshalling.
Secure your armaments and mounts. We have a hard ride ahead of us.
The water here, gorgeous. So, like I said, I have played through this a couple times, and I have favorites. I have things that I go to, but I am going to sort of keep in the back of my head that I'm going to try to hold the East Bank for 4 rounds, and definitely need to keep that warrior sword thing in mind, which when it comes up, I will talk about it. So I love this guy. They're expensive, but block and stalwart, come on. Shield Maiden of Rohan, those are really nice in case somebody's really getting hit pretty hard. And I kind of waffle. I kind of go among all of these. Kind of depends on what I feel like. A lot of times I'll justify not taking the Roram Charger. He's great. I like his ability. But 4, 3, 5, those are really expensive. So I'll tend to lean towards a cheaper one. Westfold Outrider's nice. It's just his arrival doesn't really hit if you're marshalling with him because there's no enemies out with Marshall. So I'm just gonna... He's got the +2 attack, which is nice. I'm still gonna take him. Then some more guys. I like the dismounted riders quite a bit. They come with black. They get more powerful and more health when another dismounted riders come in. Rohirrim. Thank you. Rohirrim. Rider. My pronunciations are terrible. I'm sorry, you guys. So I really like the dismounted riders quite a bit. This guy is super handy because as soon as you kill something, things get fightier and get more health. So I like bringing that one. And then we all know I loved range. So those are ones I like to go with. Again, for people that are watching that may or may not have played this, they may have differing opinions. Totally valid. I'm just kind of diarrheaing my thought process. So hi, Ragnar HDZ. Welcome. Sorry for my poor Spanish. We are kind of, I know there is localizations for the game. I'm not quite sure how Antihero goes about that at this point. I know that's kind of a work in progress thing, but I'm glad you got a chance to play it. So healing is something that I usually like to focus on if I'm going to try to do that 4 rounds at East Bank. So I'll definitely take that. I'll do a readying because fighting's never a bad thing. I'm just going to take well prepared. Again, healing is kind of a big deal for me. So I'm going to take I'll take Seeking Glory too. Why not? And thank you, Twit. Yes. Leaving feedback. To no one's surprise, I'm going to plug Discord again. Our devs are always on Discord, always active on it. So it's a really good way to leave feedback and ask questions. Our community is super active. Lots and lots of people are around to give you answers. So case in point, my friend Twit here. Okay, so Raiment of War, yeah. Shield of Rohan I like because of the health, but I've found that I'll put that on some of my kind of lower, and the bad guys leave them alone because a lot of the enemies have like 1 attack. So, +1 attack never hurts. I love Horsehair Bow. So I always take it because it's stalwart, right? It's like a little Starbrooch gift for me, except better, because it also adds ranged. Of course, health. Here's the warrior sword. If you want to get the reward that was mentioned in the front panels, you need to take this in your drafting, and you have to attach it to Theodred. So that's non-negotiable if you want your reward. And Stealthy Twitchy, will adventures be available in the forthcoming console updates? Yes, that is the goal. Everything that the PC and Mac are getting is going to get pushed to console. It has taken a little bit because with the Mac opening, there were some things that they found were issues. They're really trying to make it a pretty package before it gets sent off. But all of this will be included with the console release. Okay. So I'm never brilliant at which one to pick for this. I'm just gonna do with plan ahead and move on from that. Okay. Now we have to see if I get the warrior sword, and this is what I was talking about. There it is. Cool. No problems then. In this first marshalling is when you need to get this warrior sword and attach it to Theodred. because that comes into play later in the adventure, but you have to choose it in your drafting and you have to attach it in this marshalling. If it doesn't get dealt into your hand, as Twit and I were discussing, you can kind of go back to main menu and come back in if it gets returned to your hand to see if you can get it back out. That's the important piece to making sure you get that. So, of course, I will attach it right away. Oh, King's Knight, plan ahead is better for the quest when you survive 4 rounds, if you recall correctly. I'm going to tell you I knew that. It's a total lie. But, so this is the one, I really like him because he heals and he adds attack. So I've put my Shield of Rohan on him because he's usually the first thing that Saruman goes after. So I like to shield him up a little bit because he is really nice to keep around as long as you can. I like the horsehair bow on my friend Grimbold here because he is pretty beefy, because inherently whenever you add Stalwart, that becomes the AI's focus, which he does take a lot of hits, but he's got 50 health. Come on. So, I do like to add Stalwart to him. We'll get our Roram Lancer out, our dismounted guy. I'm not going to be able to use Raiment right away, but that's okay. This will kind of help with the health. Stealthy Twitchy is asking, once the offline mode is in place for Switch, are there any plans to offer cross saves? Seems most Steam games with Switch releases are supporting this. Why you don't mind unlocking cards on each platform, recreating decks is a pain. Agreed, and as far as I know, the answer is no. There won't be any plans for cross saves. I know that in the past it has been a requirement because they're each a separate entity, but it's a platform limitation for this game, particularly. As a complete non-dev, I don't know how other games have gotten around it, but there is no plans for cross saves at this point. Okay. So, one fight. We'll add it to this fella. I mean, he's got range, but meh. Okay, let's move on. These go back to your hand, I believe.
20 miles out from the fort, the column of riders are halted by a distant horn call, and 2 scouts appear out of the haze, riding hard from the north. Their news is grim. Orc scouting parties have been sighted just ahead. A second horn blast rings out, and battle standards unfurl in response. Then, the formation sets out again, this time its pace quickening into a gallop. Perhaps the ride will not be so long after all.
Orc scouts. That means the main force cannot
Even
be far
the grass
behind.
is pretty.
Hunt
Digital
them down.
grass is not the easiest to make happen. Just saying. So, killing things. I might hold on to those for a little while, since these first couple are pretty tame. Okay, stealth, which is kind of a bummer. But I do like to make sure I kill something with Theodred because of his ending ability. If he's defeated an enemy, everything restores, otherwise he loses one. Health never hurts, right? Let's do that. He's ranged, yeah. So... I'm gonna block with him. Because is while he is stealthed, he doesn't have ranged. Because a lot of times in the base game, stealth seemed to always have range too. It's annoying. So let me take these guys out. You're sad you never got to see cars in Middle Earth. That would be a sight, right? Sort of like a Horizon Zero Dawn type thing. Yeah. And then the other thing that I've seen kind of talked about and tossed around is this fate event. So Ride to War, which is where you add 2 random Rohan cards, kind of comes into play a little later. You'll get another chance to sort of marshal, and if you haven't started packing your deck with the fate events, you'll have nothing to do. So obviously when you can, add these to it. There is, I want to say it's the next, oops, I didn't actually mean to do that now, but I think it's the next location where it'll affect the hazard that's out. But let's travel there instead of me telling you about it. Gandalf and his dwarven Ford Focus. I feel like Gandalf would drive a Ford Focus. Right? That or like
across the plain below them
a mini.
Is the army of
like a Mini Cooper.
Sizable in number.
With his hat.
And
Like it would have to have a moonroof because
the Lords Theodred and Grimbo stand in front of the formation, anchored by 2 great war banners that billow softly in the wind. A long, loud horn blast announces their arrival to the enemy, and then the wait is over. For Theoden King, for the House of Errol, for Rohan.
Rohan? Okay. So this is kind of gross, because these get guard. They don't attack, because they're just hand pikes. But those gotta go. He would only get 1. Oh, let's keep him around. He's fancy. So my goal is to drive the enemy back, remove the 2 pike traps, and rout their forces. So, basically, gunning these down, you can travel faster. Obviously, players that are better than I have better different strategies. I try to sort of mitigate the damage that goes around, trying to make sure that in the meantime things don't get too much damage and go, but so I'll do some guarding. Like I said, he's usually going to be the focus because he's got the horsehair bow, so he's stalwart, so the AI is always like, get the stalwart. Hi, board game dude. Nothing real new today except that I'm playing adventure mode. Whoop whoop. So if you don't want spoilers because I'm trying to get the rewards, watch the VOD later. But if you don't care, welcome. Okay. Well, probably they're all ranged. I know. That sucks. I probably should have used that ahead of time, but that's okay. We'll just start. Getting those down. I think I will end up using this, so we'll add it to him. Because we have to. Okay, well, that's a thing. And I think I'll include him. Yeah. We'll add that preparation now that he's passed. And I doing here? I don't really need to use that quite yet, so I'll just add that preparation. Feeling fancy. Ha! Stream, you thought this was a river. It's funny. Good pun. I approve. This might be premature, but he's got block, so I'll wait. Is that a Dorito, Dark Forester? That's what it looks like. A little digital Dorito. There. Now we're done.
Forward to victory!
I have played this on even on easy, and because I'm still trying to
Lord,
figure out
Scouts report another
stumble my
army
way
across the
around,
river. What?
I've failed it.
Yes, sire.
I've straight up failed it. I mean, there's
Another
interim
army
saves now.
on the other side of the river,
FYI,
moving
for those that
south
may not
toward
know,
the ford.
so you can go back and
Wizard
try
has
to
played
redo
us
things,
fools.
but sometimes you're so far
Get
buried.
word
It's just,
to Lord Grimbold. Pull all riders
I
back.
should stop talking
Go!
while they're talking. Sorry. We passed, so let's add at. Yeah, we'll hold off on those.
The Rohirrim are able to disengage from the Northern Army with minimal loss and begin their hasty retreat southward to reinforce the fords against Saruman's Second Army. However, Uruk-hai are dispatched to hamper their escape and delay their arrival.
Yeah, that's pursuit is something that I do forget about. If you don't kill them, they're gonna come back to haunt you. So this is the one that I was talking about, where there's actually remove 5 from breakaway, so you can basically the whole goal is to get rid of this, and if you kill things, play cards, it ticks down, so you can just get it to tick down faster if you use that event. Ouch. Yep. Ooh, look at Raymond. Yay. But I do actually get to now use yeah, I'll use that preparation, I guess. That might have been a waste because now I'm gonna get attacked, but I'm gonna anyway.
I offer my spear.
You'll get it. Everything else has got range, so it's no point in guarding at this point. Although, a lot of these guys, like I said, are one attack, so if you guard with block, they won't attack. So there's your trade-off, I guess. Let's make sure that we get some health from Theodred. Hope I'm not making anybody internally scream at this point yet. And then I don't love him taking damage from that so much, but see, now if I guard with him, he won't attack me. Oh wait, he's got ranged, right? Haha, kidding. I knew that. Ranged don't have to attack the guarded ones. They can go around it. So, that's a thing. He doesn't need any healing, but I think I will actually use my restore here. It's a matter of time, Twit, before Saruman does come down and start bashing me with his giant staff. Why do you make stupid mistakes? Multitasking. That's why. Maybe. He's 6. I don't want to waste 2 healing. I'll give it to... that was probably a poor choice. It's okay. Thought I was supposed to get Surge. Oh, nope, that was last round. I forgot. New round.
We stand strong.
So now I can conceivably use the event here to get rid of it. Oof. That's not great. That's okay. Healing doesn't hurt. Saruman is the Ermac of this game. It's funny. I think because I'm already at 3, I may just hold off on my fate and use that elsewhere. So let's... I'll guard with that. And then I'll add with that. Thank you, Knights, King's Knight Twitch. You have a point. The adventure is pretty forgiving, especially on standard mode. It is pretty forgiving. Like I said, I have messed it up, though. But that's not surprising. And yes, the heroes can take quite a bit of damage.
Grimbold and a small
Theodred, that in his last stand, he can't die too quickly, from my experience. I'm still kind of learning the mechanics, so pardon me if I misspeak or say wrong things, but you guys are wonderful at keeping me in check, so... When stupid crap falls out of my mouth, you keep it real. So, this is kind of gross with all of these. This is a time where I like to guard quite a bit, just to make sure that things don't get too out of hand, just kind of divvying up the damage everywhere. And these guys are awesome because they're stalwart, so you kind of control things a little better and a little easier that way. And then we'll just prevent that. Actually, I should have, you know what I should have done? Is I should have guarded, because that guy wouldn't have attacked then. Sure. So, we'll get rid of some of these dudes. What do I think of the Shield Maiden getting a glow up from 0 cost to a power unit with 5 health? I really love the Shield Maiden. it's such a cool, like, because you're used to it, right? You get to use the power and then they're exhausted, so it's kind of nice that you get to use it a couple times. I don't know, I dig it. I dig it. I may not have answered your question, but here we are. And we'll just make sure I add cards, because I can. And let's go. Let us move on.
The Rohirrim finally reached the ford, finding it as they left it, quiet and peaceful. Theodred quickly sets to organizing the small force to defend the river crossing against attacks from both sides, knowing that their only hope of holding out lies in Elfhelm's forces arriving in time.
I was circling it and nodding big time because I love the map inclusion in these things. Being a completely visual person, when I was learning about the actual Battle of the Fords of Eisen, it was hard to conceptualize because there was a lot of things at play.
The rest of you will move across to the east bank to hold it if you can against whatever comes from the north. Now, prepare yourselves. There is not much time.
Yeah, so I, point of story is I like the map. That's the main bullet point of that comment. Alright, another marshalling. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we'll give it to them. Here's another dismounted rider. I usually take it. Again, Theodred's Guard. Really hard to pass that one up. Just because it tends to really kind of help in that 4-round situation because of the block, because of the stalwart. It's really handy to have those. So, I think I'm going to opt for the Shield Maiden over the War Scald, just because the other War Scald I have that's floating around is blocked, so he tends to be less of a focus. This one, without any protection, Saruman's like, yeah, he gotta go. Julie, I gotta go, we got cows. Reference? Anyone? Again, I'm gonna take healing. That's kind of my thing. I really like an Oath Taken. It's really handy because it's sort of like that's like, oh no, he's gonna die. Oh wait, he's not dead. That moment. Gonna take this. Gonna take that for healing. And then, you know what's funny? Because I almost never take that, partially because of the 3 costs, since I'm taking a lot of other things that are kind of high cost. So I almost never do take that one. One of these days I'll probably switch it up. I should worry about the fate events, but later there is a marshalling event that you can reduce that I will use it for that, but and so we're coming up on the defend for 4 rounds. So I tend to take the strengthen our position just to kind of help me with that. Defend the East Bank. Ooh, I'm scared. I'm getting the Lord of the Rings sweats. Is that a thing? It is now. Okay. So because defending of the East Bank, it isn't necessarily about having the allies out. It is kind of about, you know, making sure you can keep them healed, making sure you can keep that up. Got 3 dismounted riders here. So playing 2 of them would be of good interest for me. So I think I will do that.
Paxi and sour, foul beast.
Look at them. Oh, I had one over here too. Sure. Yep. Sure did. Good time, guys. Just kind of looking through here, seeing what I want to add, what I don't want to add. Stalwart, like I said, is like my favorite thing ever. These guys tend to stick around a little easier, so I'll put some healing on them. I'm stalwarted up. I could do another dismounted rider. Or I could make... Did I? Yeah, these guys all have weapons. So... Yeah. Oh wait, there's too many people. I don't need any more. Okay. Okay. Let's put them in here. Got stalwart. Add them a little beefier. I think I'll hold off on anything else. Let's see what happens.
The small Rohirrim force, now split into 3 separate units, stands at the ready. Grimbold's forces on the western bank, Theodred and his men on a small island in the middle, and the remaining riders on the east bank, where the sounds of Saruman's approaching army can already be heard.
That bee starts.
Hold your formations. Do not let yourselves be separated.
Okay, so this is the part of the adventure mode for the reward. Upkeep. Who needs it? You could use it. Yeah, we'll give it to you. And you. Wargs. Really beefy wargs. It's fine. We really just need to survive. It's not about necessarily killing things. It's about surviving for 4 rounds. So right now it's just started. This number will tick up the more rounds I live through. So I tend to venture on the side of lots of guarding and yes, the wargs are terrible. So guarding all the time. It's really kind of our best bet to stick around for that many. I mean, I've seen people in Discord, some of our veterans are like, yeah, I got bored after 12 rounds. Well, good for you. The most rounds I've held is 5, Cody, which isn't saying much. So I'm nervous. So let's just start doing some blocking here. Yes. So, I mean, it's kind of the old thing, right? Like right now, I don't have anything power enough to kill anything. So I'm going to try to sort of spread my damage around as I go through these things so nothing gets killed immediately. I don't know if that's terribly smart, but I'm going to do it anyway. And once something gets low enough where I can attack and kill it, well then I will, right? I mean, if you can prevent damage, do it. But in this event right now, as my board stands, I can't prevent damage anywhere. So it's just smart to block it, so at least you can do some retaliatory stuff. So, canceling an event would be nice. This will come in handy at some point. Yeah, that's right. The Hillman. I don't think I have anything out right now, but the ones that exhaust on attack. Yeah, those hurt. Those hurt. But like 12 hit point wargs. Woof. I feel like we'll grant protect here since it's already guarded up. Already I'm not liking ice. There is no treachery, but maybe by the time he actually dies, that could be a thing. I'm running out, so that was good timing on my part. That was also handy. I mean, bummer to see him go, but well, this round they're all exhausted, so I guess that's the time to use it. Not liking my chances for 4 rounds, folks. But things are a little lower. I mean, at least that warg I can take out. This one could use some love. And that one could use some love. So, like I said, when I can kill him and avoid damage, I will. Plus, it never hurts to get that goofiness up. Well. To answer your question, Cody, I have completed it. Like I said, it doesn't look like I've completed the adventure mode. On this particular account, I have an alt that I do a lot of practicing and stuff on. And I did complete that without taking the 10 fret. It was close, but I did do it. So, I mean, I'm hacking things down slowly but surely. He's got 10 resources, so it's not like my life isn't going to suck in a little bit, but we'll just throw that out there. I mean, everybody can use some, so let's see. 2, 2, 2. We'll at least start, I guess. Who's gonna probably go? Okay, let's try to maybe protect that one. Alright, well, there went that theory. I got nothing else. I mean, there's no point in playing that, so... do your worst. Boy, this will only be my second round. Oh. I mean, there are some things out here I can straight up take out before they become attack issues. So, there's at least that aspect. Ooh, neat. Let's hold off and just start getting rid of some of this damage here. I was afraid of that. Guarding all day. And now he's probably dead, so I'm gonna play that. Yeah. It's a bummer, but here we are. I'm a lot less talky when I try to focus. Sorry. We all know I'm not so great at the multitasking sometimes. Have at it, buddy. Still got 5 resources. Man. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. One more round, right? Or not. Okay, yeah. Yikes. This is terrible. Well, let's kill the ward so we can at least prevent that. Yeah. Really close. He's still got 10 resources to really mess with me. I don't see this happening. It's okay. I tried. Best laid plans and all, right? King's Knight Twitch coming in for another pun. Allies are bank security guards. Yes. Yes, indeed. I could maybe. Actually, this might actually work. Because at the end of this, I do hit 4 rounds. So Yep, there it is. There it is. All my big talk and freaking out. So at this point, I'm... The goal, by the way, in this event is you aren't going to survive it in the long run. So be aware of that. And I do believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, folks, like I will have to play these out in order to advance. Play my allies out. So, because as long as I'm holding on to them, or does my board have to be clear? I feel silly for not knowing this. Okay, yes. I must commit all available forces to the battle. So here we are. Let's prevent that one. Going down, guys. Going down. More dogs. Why did it have to be dogs? New round. Well, would you look at that?
Retreat! Pull back!
So, lasted for at minimum 4 rounds. So that reward should be good as long as I don't mess the rest of the
away to the
adventure
south
up.
before regrouping.
By completing push them back, which is this. So this is another hazard that I will want to focus things on. Twit, you jumping around on media for me?
We are rowing
Now you're on
into the
YouTube.
Westfold, and we yield to no enemy.
Okay. So, because Grimbold's pretty beefy, let's give it to you. To answer your questions, Cody, we're kind of waiting till the console approvals go through before any further, I guess, estimations of releases of next DLCs come out. The goal is, yes, by, I believe it's first quarter. I'd have to look at the roadmap again. I'm sorry, I don't have it memorized. But the idea is before any sort of plans for when the next releases are, is we want to wait till the console stuff gets shored away. Okay. Sorry. Let's just prevent some damage here. Actually, if I would have guarded here, I could have prevented both of those. And he's got ranged, so it doesn't matter. And no, I couldn't have prevented those other two because they're ranged. They would have gone around the guard anyway. So. It's a good time. It's a good time. What do I want to do? What am I doing? I don't even know at this point. Let's start pounding that one out, I guess. you know, we'll get... well, that's not gonna happen. That's not who I meant to. It was a misclick. Oh. Alright, fine. It's fine. I hope everybody had a good Halloween, by the way. I did. I just watched scary movies. Played online digital board games with friends. Alright, what are we doing? Let's get rid of that. And we'll add to that. Everything Twit's saying. Those little hashtags. What that guy says. But remember, Twit, you're on YouTube. Oh, but you're talking to Cody, so you're good. Okay. Let's see. Killing things. Do any of these guys? This one has Pursuit, so it would be worth my time to get rid of him. I remembered Pursuit this time. So... let's get rid of that. I probably should use a different guy, now that I think about it. I don't think he does. Ambush, stealth range. No, he's fine. So let's see if we can get more cards later. Let's add... and then that. Okay. Again, yes, recommending the game to your friends is
to the West Bank.
very good.
In the center of the fort, upon a small island, the most dangerous of Saruman's eastern forces descend upon Prince Theodred. Low on both men and supplies, he must do his best to hold until Elfhelm can arrive with reinforcements.
If you meet death today, greet her warmly, with
Coming of
bravery
the
and
X-Men.
valor upon your face. If you fall, make so great an end that the chorus of the Golden Hall will sing of it until the end of days.
So, whoa, it came out fast. Obviously Theodred can't die here. What am I doing here? Defeat 4 enemies to hold. Okay. So this is the one where I'm always like, do I, don't I? Do I just guard and kind of let them weed themselves out? Or do I try to blitz down the easy 4 enemies? With the Rohirrim Charger, they're best to block with, because once you use them, they get plus to fight, plus to willpower. So when you block with them, you've used them. Their power goes up. Oh! You're Rendoc on Discord. Welcome, Rendoc Cody. So, I'm going to make an executive decision, which could very well be the incorrect one. So he's got Stalwart. But I can prevent 2 here, and he has Stalwart. So, that's happening. Yep. They're probably going to pick on him quite a bit. So, got a lot of health left. I'm not terribly concerned yet. Just make it a certain side. Right on. These guys. Man. Fighty. Aha! Forgot I had that. Man. Ugh, they're terrible because... That's fine. What are you gonna do with it? Protect the sword. Yes, that's right. The axeman can detach the sword. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, so when these guys attack, there's a chance they can take off the weapon, and I need to keep the sword on him for, I believe it's the next location? Heimonberg? It's only when attacked, so I think that's safe. And I just need to take out one enemy before stuff's a problem. Ooh, I got lucky. I definitely got lucky because he could have gone for him and taken away his weapon. So, I played the odds. So at this point, I'm just trying to mitigate all of that. Sure, why not? Because I'm done now, and he's just gonna attack everything. So, I do believe.
Surrounded on
Yes.
all sides.
Oh shoot! Listen to me. Oh, I'm gonna play through. I'm sorry. That was bad habit.
To the prince!
I'm fired. Force a habit. So, defeat 5 enemies in 3 or less rounds, so I can flee to bring a maid. 5 enemies. That can be done, right? Okay. 1. I think I'll actually add it to this, because then... Two. Those are ranged, so it doesn't matter if I guard or not. Completed the goal! Yay! I think at this point, I don't think it sticks around for the next one, so it doesn't really matter. I should have just added that to my fate meter. See, learning. I swear I've played this before.
Grimbold at last reaches the Iote.
To me, Aerolingus!
Here it is, to the last. So I can't have I think this is the part where he needs to go down, which he will, with the sword in his hand. So I worry that they're gonna take it out. But there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So hopefully just play my odds. Yep. Ooh. Oh no! Oh, I think that does count though. I think that does count. Right? That does count, guys? I think that's part of the design. King's Knight Twitch says, guess those done-lending axemen were done lending you that sword. That is not terrible. So here's the thing. Like, the cornier the pun, the more I'm probably going to appreciate it.
Not one of them touches him.
I don't know what that says about me. I'm not really ready to open that can of worms quite yet. Okay. So let's done lending. Yeah, I snorted a little bit even. Okay. Good. I think we're good. Oh, man. And by the way, thank you guys for sticking around. I know this is a bit longer of a stream. It's adventure mode, so this takes some time. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. I really, really hate these guys, so... yeah, it's fine. I'll just start guarding now. I miss my stalwarted dismounted riders from the East Bank. Just thought I'd point that out. This is a preparation. I mean, sure. Since I got nothing else to do at this point. You're picking on me. Beefy orc. Props to that horn sound. I really like that horn sound. And this is gorgeous. Great.
At last, help from Edoras has arrived. The sound of thundering hooves fills the air as the Lord Elfhelm, along with 2 companies of riders, tear over the ridge and break upon the east bank like a storm.
I can't do accents. I have no business ever doing accents. The only one I can really do is really crank up the Midwest. Sometimes on purpose. Boy, this is
Ride them down!
not good. I think I'll be okay though. Kill everything not of this land. You got it. At least I'll try. I have enough dudes out. I don't need to add that one. Hey Octavian, and that does not surprise me because I consider you an experienced, skilled veteran. But I wear that new badge with pride, I'll tell you what. Because yes, as we've mentioned before, if you want a good laugh, a good time, check out my first stream. That was something to behold. You're probably going to go for, I don't even know, because everybody's low. So you were in an epic match with Moonshadow. You know what? I get it. No apologies necessary. I have a full line. Next 2 allies that enter get Surge. I'll wait. Moonshadow actually pointed me to a deck that I was kind of playing around with. And that's something that we talked about too, is people making decks and playing around with them and then suggesting them and having people try. And by people, it means me on stream. So I think that's what might happen on Thursday, by the way. Okay, shh, gotta finish. This is already an hour and 19-minute stream, give or take. And I agree, Latigre, the music is fantastic. Travel now. Will do. Let's see if I can get any more cards. I doubt it. I don't think I have enough time. I'm at 45 threat. Oh.
With the east bank now secure, Elfhelm quickly marshals his forces to him. It is decided that he will leave one company of riders here to hold the eastern bank against any counterattack. And those remaining will ride with him to take back the Iode and western bank.
Okay. Final marshalling location. This is kind of like if you... Oh boy. Okay. So, well, that's happening. Let's... I don't know what the correct answer here is. We're gonna do hold the fort. Oh, that was dumb. That's not what I wanted to do because I'm currently marshalling, but that's okay.
There
It's
is
fine.
hope left.
And yes, have at the recording, Octavian.
Elfhelm races
I don't think you
across
missed
the
anything
water,
terribly interesting
fighting
other
his
than
way through to finally reach the island.
yammering from me.
There he sees Grimbold, protecting the fallen body of the prince, hard pressed by 2 axe-wielding orcmen.
Axe-wielding Orcman. I feel like that's a good band name. Like a metal band name.
Run them down!
Hello, Madison. We're the axe-wielding Orcmen. And we're here to rock.
You're late, but not too late. Is he dead? Soon enough.
It's a lot of axemen. I suppose I should protect my attachments, but... Hi, Derek, and yes, we're doing adventure mode. We're gonna do that so he can't possibly take any fun attachments away from me. These guys annoy me. I just want to point that out. They're a solid enemy, and that's why they annoy me. And guarding doesn't matter because they're ranged. So that one's probably dead if I don't protect it. Oh, that's actually surprising. Yeah, and you missed me skipping. I was like, oh, I'm not going to skip the cutscenes because I'm going to do like a real playthrough. And then I skipped the cutscene. I can't be trusted with this button, this mouse button. Yeah. Just one cutscene, though. It was nothing against that cutscene either. I just biffed it. Oh. Let's... Sure. Let's ride to war, shall we? Yeah, might as well. Whatever. I'm just gonna move on. Here. Move along.
As night begins to fall, the remaining forces of Rohan watch from the Iot as the enemy regroups upon the western bank, readying for another assault. Cursing Saruman through his clenched teeth, Grimbold steps down into the cool of the river and heads for the west bank.
I really, really love this orc art right here. Big fan. Okay. Everybody's ranged, so it really doesn't matter if I block or not. We'll protect them. Just to be annoying to Saruman. What up? Now we'll use yours. And we'll protect the other guy. I mean, he's probably dead, but in which case Let's just at least get something out of it for him. Yeah. Not terribly surprising. Get rid of that. I'd really like to, well... I probably could have saved that one guy with some healing, but... Yeah, no. Is that Midwest coming out right there? Yeah, no. Bring your dog. We'll get some healing out for people. 28, that's pretty low for me. Usually he's not that low. I've kind of been ignoring him though, just kind of letting him take the heat. There's that word again. Give up their positions and retreat, seeming to fade away. It's my little jazz hands for you. So that, my friends,
fall to their knees. None cry out in victory, though they know their losses are great. They have held the fall. As night overtakes them, they hear Lord Theodred utter his last words.
Let me lie here to keep the fords until Aeam comes.
that was adventure mode. Thanks everybody for sticking for me for an extra half hour, but I feel that it was probably at least worth seeing for some that may or may not have and didn't care about any potential spoilers. So quest award number 1, this was for holding the East Bank for at least 4 rounds. Get another hero. Another hero. Woo! Surprise. And then some card backs. That's probably something that Twit absolutely loved. I don't know if they gave me the other one. I didn't get the one for the sword. So, we can see I got this one for holding the East Bank, but I didn't get it for that sword. So let this be a lesson. Guard it from the Axemen, because if they take it before he falls from damage, that's a problem. You don't get the award, I guess. Says my current experience. So, didn't get everything, wasn't able to show everything, but at the very least, it's good reference for people that may want to go through and are wondering about the mechanics and everything like that. So, I hope that was in some way helpful, or at least informational, or I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm hoping for. That it was entertaining. How about that? So on Thursday, I think what I will probably expect just some gameplay. I was challenged with the deck, and I think I might take on that challenge. So I think that might be a thing. Heads up. But as always, I will plug my locations. Join us on Discord. Lots of good discussion on Discord. We are on Twitter. We are on Facebook. We are now on Reddit. Hit us up. And I think that's all I got today. Thanks for joining, everybody. I appreciate, like I said, the extra time that you've given us. And we'll see you on Thursday.